Hey guys, Gus Mitchell here. Today we are mixing sugar syrup. I got a really good deal on these 55-gallon drums of cane sugar. They were train car sweepings, is what was left in there that they cleaned out. Let me give you a look at it. It's my son Dominic helping me today. So it's a little clumpy, but not real bad. What we're doing, got the hot water hose run out here, boat paddle, and shoveling it in, stirring it up with the boat paddle. Then we'll pump it into the tote, circulate it around, and that'll beat it up even more, mix it good. The boat paddle is primarily just for the large chunks. So all right, son, you can put some more sugar in there. So probably do 3 or 4 and enough water to fill the tote most of the way today. Then we'll be feeding here. Oh, I think it's going to be in the 60s on Tuesday, I think. But I'll cut out and come back when we're at a different stage. It's just a little bit time consuming. I'd like to get some kind of mixer deal that'll hang on the side. I seen a guy that had one. I think that'd be the ticket for this. But I got a good deal on this sugar, so I think it's worth the extra effort on it. I mean, I don't care to tell you, I paid $100 a drum for it, and they were full to the top. So that's pretty decent. But we're gonna mix this up, and when I get to switching it over, I'll come right back. Okay guys, we got pretty thick syrup here, a little bit left in the bottom. We're gonna go ahead and pump it on up in this tote. Well, there we go, I think. That's a bit loud, guys, over there, but it's hard to show you what I'm doing without being loud with it. So I found one problem with this train car sugar, and we're running into some very hard stuff. It's like cement, as you can see here. But I noticed something about it is the hard stuff. The hard stuff is confectioner sugar or powdered sugar. The straight granulated goes pretty good, but when you run into these like concrete, it's just like concrete. But this stuff is it's that powdered stuff. Also running into, as you could see, running into a lot of sucker sticks in the middle of this one. So I don't know exactly what's going on. If the first 2 barrels were really easy, they were all just granulated sugar, and they dipped out easy. It was no problem. These have taken probably 3 times as long, and if they're all that way, then it really wouldn't be worth it. I know I said it was worth it earlier, but changed my mind. All right, guys. Well, we finally finished up with that hard sugar. That's a pain in the butt. I've watched some of Bob Benny's videos where Bob's talking about, I believe, railroad car sugar, possibly getting confectioner sugar or baker's powdered sugar, whatever you want to call it, mixed in with it, because you get whatever was the cleanup. So that was the issue. Then there was some hard candy mixed in some of it. I don't think I'll be buying it again. I got a little bit left to go through, but I'm gonna need a jackhammer for some of them barrels. So trash sugar for Gus is thought I'd save $1, but I really didn't. I had my son helping me today, but if I had had someone else out here that had to pay, you know, it would not have been any savings whatsoever. Probably cost me more in the long run now than high fructose corn syrup. So being in the Memphis metro area, it is extremely easy for me to go over and get a load of food grade corn syrup hot out of the tank. Probably take me less than half an hour to get wherever I need to go there. So I'm thinking, even though sugar may be better, I can't dismiss the inconveniences that this kind of sugar had. I don't know where I can buy Super Sacks or better sugar at, really, that is affordable. I would buy this stuff again at half the cost that I paid for it, which I doubt they would sell it for, but it's just not worth the man hours and labor involved in it. Anyways, I showed you guys how I mixed. It really was just a lot of chiseling and mixing with hot water. Hot water really helps get it going. As you can see, we got a tote full now. And I'll run through what I'm using here. So this is an old Dadant. It's an old Dadant fructose pump. It's a good pump. Works well. I probably stand to get some new hoses. Runs off gasoline. Sun's in my eyes, guys. Wanted to show you. I just use a garden hose. Comes off that. There's 2 lines. So there's a suction line and there's a return line on this pump. So that keeps it from blowing a hose. Then you have your feed line here. This is the new feeder nozzle that I really like because it's a back saver and it's super nice. Let me set that here. This is the gas nozzle style, which has served me well for years. This one is a little wore out. Sometimes it sticks. When I go from hive to hive, I have to turn it up or it'll pour out. That's only a problem when the bees are robbing. Otherwise, it's not really an issue to drip the feed around, but generally that's when you're feeding. So this one also, you kind of got to bend over with it. If you got great aim, and most of us guys don't, we don't have as good aim as we think we do. You can hit the feeder, but you'll end up making a mess and spraying sugar everywhere. So this thing is awesome. And I haven't fed anything with it. I played with it over the drum, but I haven't fed any hives with it. So I'll let you guys know how it works out in the field. But I'm very hopeful and excited for it. Anything that saves your back and saves bending is worth it. So excited about that. Anyway, guys, got an old Dadant pump, got a wood bed, so I mount it down so it's not sliding around. Have a IBC tote. I also, you see the wood strips? Put wood strips on all 4 sides of it to keep it from moving around, and that holds it in pretty good. And that's my setup. It's not fancy, it's real simple, it's cheap for the most part. I bought that pump used. It could use a little overhauling, but fires up and runs, and that's all I can ask for it. Consistency. So I mixed that sugar in between, kind of in between 1 to 1 or 2 to 1. I didn't want it real heavy, so it's a little thinner than a heavy syrup, and that's where I want it to be at right now. I don't feel like I have any real benefit from heavy syrup right now. The bees still got a good little bit of weight on them. I just want to make sure that I don't have anything starving out. Some yards it can vary. For the most part, we had a super strong fall flow, so haven't had to feed yet. Anyway, guys, I hope you got something out of this. I've had a lot of requests for how I feed and what equipment I use, so here you go.